mean, it feels real good, so I'm gonna make a declaration right here, right now. From this moment forward, I'm a one-woman man.
Get the hippest trip in America bouncing off its hinges. That's right, the one and only Soul Train Don Cornelius style.
Oh, may I please speak to Malcolm?
You got him. I don't recognize your voice, sweetheart.
No, that's because you've never heard it before.
Halle Berry's a beautiful woman. We're having a lot of fun.
I'm born in Oakland. I'm from the Bay.
Woman, you promised me one thing. Whatever happens, don't you ever stop talking to me.
Hey, my father was a Black Panther. My father was good friends with Tupac's mama. People don't know that because people don't ask me questions.
Yeah,
The leverage.
That's why you ain't gotta die out here on this gravel. It's hard enough for black men to stay alive without you adding to the numbers.
I'm already a number.
You ain't got no sex tape on me. You want to call me gay, but you find the dude, please. Find the dude. And if I'm so gay, send your chick over my house for the weekend, see if she come back, see what she talking about.
Van's empty. Shots fired. LAPD, drop the
history,
weapon.
right?
My father's in my life, but on my terms. I defend my mom.
SHEMAR's been great since he was a very little boy.
SHEMAR's mother, she's gone. This is not a game. This is my whole life, everything I've ever known.
But I'm proud of what I've been able to accomplish in Hollywood because I did it by my damn self.
Ever heard a story so wild you have to hit pause just to breathe? That's the vibe right now, because SHEMAR Moore's latest news isn't a tiny headline. Picture this: a baby born to a Black Panther dad and a math-whiz mom shipped to Denmark, speaking Danish before he tasted a US hamburger, then dropped in Bahrain learning Arabic numbers while other kids learned ABC. He returns to Oakland at 6 with no clue who Santa is, and a front row seat to 70s racism. Fast forward, and that same kid turns into the shirtless crush on the young and the restless, the swagger king on Soul Train, and the fearless profiler chasing bad guys on Criminal Minds. But press pause. Behind that smooth grin, we've got broken bones from a 40-mile-per-hour bike crash, a DUI stop that almost tanked his image, and a so-called friend who jacked 60 grand from the charity he built for his mom. Now, sprinkle in network fights, on-set feuds, and the sweet twist of fatherhood at 52, and you've got a plot Netflix wishes it wrote. In the next few minutes, I'm handing you every confirmed curve, every dollar figure, every betrayal, and every comeback. Straight facts, zero fluff. Stick around, because SHEMAR Moore's scandal update packs more shocks than a season finale, and I'm dropping the biggest bombshell halfway through. Ready to find out how a real-life soap star dodged ruin, won prime time, and still had time to bake cookies? Keep watching and tell me in the chat right now, what part of his story do you think hits hardest? Trust me, by the time you hit the comments, you'll know the truth behind SHEMAR Moore's latest news, and you'll never see that smile the same way again. Let's rewind before the red carpets. SHEMAR Moore entered the world on April 20th, 1970 in Oakland, California, but home never stayed in one place for long. His mother, Marilyn Wilson, needed safe ground after racial threats, and his father, Sherrod Moore's trouble with the law, time served in San Quentin for assault, didn't scream stability. To shield her son, Marilyn took a teaching job overseas. Copenhagen became their first stop. Little SHEMAR soaked up Danish nursery rhymes, rode bikes along cobblestone streets, and thought waffles were dinner, not breakfast. Then came Bahrain, the desert heat, the call to prayer, British-run schools. Everything felt upside down, but it taught him to fit anywhere. At 6, he finally landed back in the States, settling in Chico, then Palo Alto. The welcome mat included racial slurs he couldn't decode yet. When a pickup truck of men shouted, he asked his mom what the strange words meant. Her answer lit the fire that still drives him. Marilyn drilled 3 rules: work harder than everyone, respect every background, and never let pain make you bitter. She also taught him to bake, her way of calming his restless mind. Sports gave that energy focus. At gun high, he smashed baseballs and set track records. A partial scholarship sent him to Santa Clara University, where he majored in communications and modeled on the side to cover tuition. A photographer's snapshot landed on a casting desk, and boom, auditions called. Yet even the first callback felt shaky. He sold athletic caps at the mall between reads. The break came in 1994 when The Young and the Restless needed Malcolm Winters. Producers wanted suave, grounded, and magnetic, 3 words that spelled SHEMAR Moore. Within months, daytime viewers were glued. Emmy voters followed, handing him Outstanding Supporting Actor in 2000. But money wasn't pouring in yet. Soap contracts paid steady, but not superstar cash. So he juggled guest spots, kept modeling for catalogs, and visited his mom every holiday. Meanwhile, Sherrod tried to reconnect, but years of distance and prison made the bond thin. SHEMAR focused on Marilyn, especially when doctors diagnosed her with multiple sclerosis in 1998. He vowed to fund research until a cure emerged. That promise would later birth baby girl LLC. But back then, it was a son pushing wheelchairs, scheduling appointments, and refusing to complain. By the late 90s, the brand of SHEMAR Moore stretched past soaps. Hosting Soul Train from 1999 to 2003, he introduced legends, danced between acts, and kept teenagers glued to Saturday TV the way Don Cornelius once had. Every episode boosted his swagger and bank account, yet work hours meant little sleep. He once admitted surviving on coffee and pure adrenaline to keep the smile wide. That non-stop grind set the stage for his Hollywood leap, but it also planted seeds for future burnout, broken friendships, and the scandals still to come. And through it all, every casting agent who doubted a biracial newcomer learned fast that charm and grit make a killer combo. The real ascent and the chaos started once Hollywood realized the kid could do more than daytime drama. In 2004, Tyler Perry cast him opposite Kimberly Elise in Diary of a Mad Black Woman. The film exploded, grossing over $50 million on a $5 million budget, and showed studios he could anchor box office. Yet the transformative role arrived in September 2005 when CBS launched Criminal Minds. Producers needed a field agent with equal parts muscle and empathy. Enter Derek Morgan, played by SHEMAR Moore. For 11 seasons, he sprinted through explosions, diffused bombs, and delivered hugs to grieving families, all while firing off one-liners that flooded Tumblr dashboards. Ratings spiked. Syndication checks ballooned. The set looked perfect from outside, but cracks formed. In 2016, Thomas Gibson was fired after an on-set altercation with a writer, and fans spotted Moore posting an Instagram video about karma minutes later. He never named Gibson, yet tabloid detectives connected dots so fast the clip trended worldwide. Even after Gibson's exit, whispers of crew tension lingered. Morgan's farewell arc aired that spring, with the character leaving the FBI to raise his newborn son. Viewers ugly cried, unaware that behind the scenes, Moore needed real rest. 2 broken ribs from a stunt, 16-hour shoot days, and constant convention travel had drained him. A cast dinner in Las Vegas turned into a backstage intervention. Colleagues urged him to slow down before injury turned permanent. He listened, took the leap, and left a hit show at its peak. Stepping away felt risky. Hollywood frowns on actors who abandon sure bets, but Moore counted on his reputation, and it paid. In 2017, he jumped back onto primetime as Daniel Hondo Harrelson in CBS's reboot of S.W.A.T. The pilot drew over 9 million live viewers, proving his pull unchanged. S.W.A.T. merged real LAPD tactics with network spectacle. Moore trained with officers, ran drill houses in full gear, and insisted on doing most stunts. One sequence had him rappelling a 60-foot downtown building with a GoPro strapped to his helmet. He cracked a joke about hazard pay, but insurance reps sweated bullets. Season after season, the show landed solid Friday numbers, yet executives canceled it in May 2023 during a cost-cutting wave. Moore grabbed his phone, filmed a fiery 5-minute monologue calling the decision illogical, and pointing out he was the only black male lead on network drama that night. Fans hashtagged #Save SWAT. Petitions snowballed past 150,000 signatures in 48 hours, and advertisers leaned in. 10 days later, CBS reversed course. Season 7 was a go. For critics, it became Exhibit A of Moore's connection with viewers. His words moved budgets. While career highs soared, personal storms kept striking. In June 2006, CHP officers clocked him speeding on Santa Monica Boulevard. A breath test registered 0.08, the exact legal limit. He accepted a misdemeanor for exhibition of speed, 90 days of alcohol education, and 80 hours of community service. Probation ended early after perfect compliance, yet tabloids recycled the mugshot every time his name trended. 3 years later, he pedaled a carbon fiber bike along Mulholland when a 70-year-old driver drifted into the lane at 40 miles per hour. The impact snapped his leg, cracked ribs, and fractured his collarbone. Paramedics said the helmet saved his life. During rehab, he filmed daily Instagram updates, joking about returning to set with an Iron Man leg. Painkillers were refused, he feared dependency, so he managed agony with ice baths and long calls to Marilyn, who coached him like a track meet. Those calls mattered. Her MS had progressed, and she sometimes slurred words, but she never missed a session. Tragedy struck again in February 2020 when Marilyn passed away. Moore posted a tearful tribute, promising to keep her spirit stank da funky. His playful phrase for living bold. The foundation they launched together, Baby Girl LLC, ramped up fundraising, limited edition hoodies with slogans like "Love Loudly." A trusted ally handled shipping and sales, or so Moore thought. Audits later showed $60,000 missing. The culprit? Keith Tisdale, a former Criminal Minds guest star, and longtime buddy. Police arrested Tisdale in August 2016. He pleaded no contest to grand theft, received 5 years probation, and repaid the money, but the betrayal cut deep. Moore told reporters, "I treat friends like family, and family hurt hardest." Even with wounds, he kept pushing. His net worth crossed $22 million through acting, producing credits, and a minority stake in an athletic wear startup. But money couldn't mute rumor mills. Blogs speculated about his love life for years, linking him to Halle Berry, Toni Braxton, and soccer analyst Shauna Gordon. Online trolls questioned his sexuality. Moore clapped back with humor. "Find me a boyfriend if you think I need one, but send your girlfriend over first. We'll bake cookies." The joke went viral, picking up 2 million views on TikTok compilations within a week. In 2020, pandemic lockdowns halted production, but Moore broadcast workouts from his garage, teaching viewers push-up challenges and sharing grief tips. One live stream revealed he was reading baby name books. Fans flooded thigh comments. Is SHEMAR Moore really about to be a dad? The answer dropped January 24th, 2023. Girlfriend Jessery Dizon delivered Frankie Moore, 8 pounds, swaddled in pink. Moore, 52, filmed the nursery tour, whispering, "New role unlock, girl dad." SHEMAR Moore's latest news flooded entertainment feeds for a week straight. But paparazzi faded when they realized he spent paternity leave changing diapers and learning baby sign language. Career momentum kept spinning anyway. S.W.A.T. Season 7 premiered February 2024, opening with a cameo from Frankie as a background infant. Eagle-eyed fans spotted the resemblance instantly. Meanwhile, SHEMAR Moore's scandal update stayed in rotation thanks to streaming releases of old Criminal Minds seasons. New viewers dove into Reddit threads, rediscovering the Thomas Gibson conflict and the charity theft saga in real time. Moore took it in stride, posting side-by-side memes of himself aging like fine wine, while drama aged like spoiled milk. By early 2025, he'd logged more than 550 television episodes across 3 franchises, donated over $1.5 million to MS Research, and, according to his accountant, turned cookie merch into a 6-figure side hustle. Not bad for a kid who once sold ball caps at the mall. Yet, success never fully erased the ache of his father's shadow. Sherrod Moore resurfaced in 2009, hoping for a relationship. SHEMAR Moore agreed to dinner, but laid boundaries. No interviews, no sudden handouts. The meeting stayed private until tabloids photographed them exiting a Los Angeles cafe. Headlines screamed reconciliation, but Moore clarified, "Forgiveness is for me, not a publicity tour." That grace impressed fans and added another layer to SHEMAR Moore's scandal update, proving drama could end without another explosion. Behind cameras, he sharpened business savvy. In 2018, he signed a first-look deal with CBS Studios under his banner, Harvard Productions, named after combining his parents' initials. The contract let him pitch dramas centered on underrepresented heroes, and industry watchers pegged the deal at mid-7 figures plus back-end points. Real estate moves followed. He purchased a $5.8 million Encino mansion in 2020, featuring a chef's kitchen where he hosts annual MS bake-offs streamed on Instagram Live. Last year, that stream raised $110,000 in 90 minutes, smashing the previous record. Another flashpoint came during the 2022 Writers Guild negotiations. Moore joined picket lines, handing out bottled water and posting solidarity videos. One critic tweeted that actors should stay pretty and quiet. His reply, filmed while holding a protest sign, said, "My mom taught math, let me show you how numbers talk," followed by a chart of syndication revenue. The clip racked up 5 million views in a day. Fandom culture keeps him trending too. At Comic-Con 2024, a fan asked who would win a dance-off, Soul Train, SHEMAR, or S.W.A.T, Hondo. He answered by doing both the robot and a tactical shoulder roll. The crowd lost it. The clip hit 1 million likes overnight. On the philanthropic front, Baby Girl LLC sponsors an annual scholarship for children of parents with MS. Recipients get $10,000 for college, plus a video pep talk from Moore. Media outlets label him a feel-good headline, yet he never dodges the ugly parts. When asked on Good Morning America about Keith Tisdale, he stated, "He paid the money back, but trust doesn't reload like a video game." That line became a TikTok sound, proving even pain can fuel pop culture. Career grind hasn't slowed. Rumors swirl of Moore eyeing a limited series as jazz legend Miles Davis. He confirmed talks but said, "Nothing signed yet." Streaming platforms fight for bankable names, and SHEMAR Moore brings global Nielsen pull. In Brazil, reruns of Criminal Minds outrated primetime soccer matches twice last year. Studio Beans counted. Each time his vintage episodes drop on Netflix, Google searches for SHEMAR Moore shirtless spike 400%. That evergreen interest keeps advertisers lining up. He inked a 2024 campaign with a men's grooming brand, featuring a spoof where he tries trimming his beard while baby Frankie grabs the trimmer. The outtakes alone reached 5 million views. Still, fame exacts a toll. Paparazzi camp outside daycare, triggering Moore to post a rare PSA asking photographers to respect infant privacy. Users applauded, and agencies backed off within days. Moments like that remind viewers why they connect. He's famous yet accessible, disciplined yet playful. All these threads weave into SHEMAR Moore's latest news cycle and prop up SHEMAR Moore's scandal update every time networks replay older setbacks. His story reads like redemption on loop: mistake, lesson, comeback, bigger stage. Viewers never stay quiet about this saga. When the DUI resurfaced on Twitter last year, half the timeline dragged, half defended. One fan wrote, "He walked the line at 0.08, paid the price, and moved on." Another replied with the mugshot and eye roll emojis. Moore jumped into the thread, typing, "I'm still driving forward, how about you?" The clapback earned 200,000 likes and silenced the pile-on. Critics often accuse him of humble bragging his workouts. Still, gym talk devours every routine. Comments range from "teach my boyfriend" to "sir, we are trying to heal." When CBS reversed the S.W.A.T cancellation, analysts credited his viral rant plus audience loyalty. One Nielsen report showed an 18% rating surge the week after his video. Hollywood reporters called it unprecedented. Social activists praise his MS crusade. Doctors Without Walls tweeted thanks after Baby Girl LLC donated adaptive tablets for patients. Moore responded with a selfie wearing the charity's hoodie, boosting sales 40% in 2 hours. Of course, corners of Reddit dissect every relationship rumor. When tabloids linked him to actress Annabelle Acosta, users speculated about wedding bells. A month later, they split. Redditors shifted to the next theory. Moore answered a fan Q&A saying, "Frankie is the only woman who owns me." That line spun new memes. Hondo in baby carriers replacing tactical vests. Cultural critic Jamila Lemieux noted, "He's mainstream without code switching away his roots." Under think pieces, readers debate whether longevity equals legendary status. I pose the same question to you. Has SHEMAR Moore crossed into icon territory, or is the best still ahead? Drop your take below. Every spike in discourse circles back to SHEMAR Moore's latest news and inevitably refreshes SHEMAR Moore's scandal update. Drama fuels clicks, and positive deeds sustain loyalty. Streaming comments prove it. Episodes featuring Derek Morgan's goodbye hold the highest like ratio of the series, showing audiences reward vulnerability. Meanwhile, haters claim he plays the same character. Supporters counter with receipts: the gentle baker, the stern squad leader, the playful host. Which side are you on? Let me know, because your hot take might get pinned. Even major brands watch the sentiment meter. After a wholesome clip of Moore teaching Frankie sign language went viral, Pampers slid into his DMs for a partnership talk. And let's not ignore the international roar. Brazilian fans flooded his Instagram with flag emojis after Netflix, Brazil pushed Criminal Minds to its top 10. Philippine viewers host weekly watch parties and tag him in karaoke renditions of the Soul Train theme. He reposts the funniest ones, earning global points for relatability. Your voice matters too. Type your country code so he knows where the love is coming from. From Hollywood boardrooms to YouTube comment chains, the conversation never fades. People love a comeback seasoned with humor and heart. Time for the nuggets you can flex on your friends. Did you know SHEMAR Moore once pitched for Santa Clara University and still throws an 85-mile-per-hour fastball at alumni games? Stadium radar guns confirmed it last summer. His middle name is Franklin, after his grandfather who built aircraft engines during World War II. That aviation link explains his obsession with drones. He flies a custom quadcopter on set to practice aerial shots. Cooking? Legendary. He owns over 60 cookie cutters, from Batman logos to tiny dumbbells. Every December, he hosts Cookie Claws, mailing signed tins to donors who give at least $50. The tins sell out within an hour and crash the website. Developers now preload extra servers nicknamed the SHEMAR Stack. Besides Danish and English, he holds conversational Spanish and still remembers bits of Arabic. Fashion heads might recall his runway stint for label XOXO. Back then, he was paid in store credit and once traded half the wardrobe for concert tickets. Cars? He loves speed but stays careful since the bike accident. His garage houses a matte black Audi R8, a restored 1967 Mustang Fastback, and a baby seat-equipped Tesla Model X. He jokes the self-driving mode gives extra peekaboo time with Frankie. Her first word was cookie, setting instant jokes that the empire is secure. Net worth sits at $22 million, yet he quietly paid tuition last fall for the son of his late stunt double. Another secret cameo. Moore voiced a firefighter in the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon back in 1996. On fitness shoots, he skips fake tan. Makeup artists say they dust him with powder and move on. Lifetime screen time across all projects now tops 430 hours, so you could binge more non-stop for 18 days and still not hit everything. And yes, he really does keep the first Emmy in the kitchen. He says it reminds him that greatness and good food live side by side. Guests tap the statue for luck before tasting his oatmeal chocolate chip magic. No crumb survives longer than 2 minutes. A world record in cookie disappearance we're still waiting for Guinness to verify. So there it is. Every twist, scar, triumph, and cookie crumb in the SHEMAR verse. SHEMAR Moore's latest news keeps proving a simple truth. Drama might chase him, but hustle outruns everything. From desert playgrounds to daytime Emmys, from squad cars to strollers, the man stacks plot twists like pancakes. SHEMAR Moore's scandal update may flash across screens, but the headline he cares about is legacy. Mom honored, daughter protected, fans respected. Now I'm turning the camera on you. Which chapter floored you the most? The lightning-fast S.W.A.T renewal? The 40-mile-per-hour bike crash survival? Or the 60-grand charity betrayal? Tell me right now in the comments, and don't hold back. I'm pinning the spiciest take. If you're hungry for more deep dives into the real stories behind the smiles, smash that like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss our next upload. Share this video with a friend who still thinks actors have it easy, and watch their jaw drop. Thanks for hanging out and keeping the conversation real. Until next time, keep the cookies warm and the receipts handy. We've got more Hollywood truth bombs on the way, and you won't want to miss a crumb.